Hi friends, it's Miracle and welcome to the reading vlog where I'll be reading Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. And this is also the first reading vlog that I will be doing in my new apartment, so I'm really happy about it. So now I want to show you my new office in the apartment. So this is apparently the door, and these are all the books that I have. The workstation, and I like how bright the windows are. I got so much sunlight in this apartment, you can't even imagine. Because the last apartment I have none. And this is the painting station that I'll be working. These are the shelves. These are the same shelves that I have, and I just need to put the books onto the shelves. Friends, as you probably cannot tell, it is more than a month later compared to the first clip. I was thinking maybe I should refilm the first clip, but you know what? It is the third time I'm trying to read Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell this year, so I thought I would just leave the first clip to be as a historical record. Because it has been so long, I actually have to go back and check what did I say in the last clip, and I found out I didn't even mention anything about this book. Besides that, I'm gonna read it because I was just overjoyed by getting my new apartment in two places. And I do have a apartment check-in later, but first of all, let's talk about the book. So Wives and Daughters is talking about Molly Gibson, who lives with her widowed father, and later on her father took on a new wife, and the new wife brought in, or they had another daughter. I haven't get to that part yet, it was just in the plot. And so far I'm at page 51, and I really like it. Actually, the writing is very smooth and gentle. It's funny that you hear me say that, and also I said I try to read this book many times, but like nothing wrong with the book. Indeed, it's a very fluently written book, and I can see from the first 50 pages it is a classic for a reason. So I really like the story so far and the writing. I just feel like Elizabeth Gaskell's writing, it's very clear. It's not overwhelmingly like beautiful per se, but it's very welcoming and very drawing you in. I don't know. Yeah. So, and now we have some sections about the Molly and the relationship she had with her father. And her father is quite an interesting character. I feel like he is loving Molly in his own way, which is very awkward sometimes and it's just very interesting. I like to read about their dynamics and things happened in their household. So yeah, just a little thought I have for the first 50 pages. And now let's give you an update of my apartment. Last time you saw a lot of books here, and I have since moved them all on the bookshelf. So this is the cat tree, which is supposed to be here, and one of my favorite paintings. And then my workstation, and I have this suction cat bed for my cat and painting station. I really like how it turned out. I don't know, they are quite shorter than my bookshelves, but my bookshelves are really tall with the extension, so I just feel like they're separate very beautifully. And this is the overview of my bookshelves. And of course, we got the mirror, and the whole room is just so bright. Hi friends, cutting you off from the day after because the clip where I filmed about my living room is actually didn't save properly. So I want to do a little bit update of the book before I dive into the tour. So I'm at not very far into this book. I'm at only page 90. So compared to I think 800 pages book. Yeah, 800 pages book. I'm about a little bit to 1/8 of the book, so it's still progress. And I have to say, Mr. Gibson, who is Molly's father, he is such an interesting character. Like, he is making a lot of decisions out of anxiety at this point, and he just so funny. A lot of the things that he was worried about or like he cared about doesn't really exist. So that's all like in his anxious mind, and he's doing a lot of quick decisions to decide Molly's life because Molly is at this point 16 years old, and he is a widow father, so it's a bit odd for him to raise a daughter in that society because he's a man. So he just think women like father and mother plays such a different role in Molly's life. And so far we only get to the daughter part of the book. The book is called Wives and Daughters, so of course we'll get the wives part, but the wives part didn't come to play yet. I can already see some events that is coming up and maybe dramatic based on how anxious Mr. Gibson is. And Molly is such a nice, considerable, gentle, and just like such an innocent person now. Although she's going into young womanhood at the age of 17, but I think she still kept the girl side in her because she didn't really get connected with the society whatsoever. So she's a very, very loving character. I really, really love her. I also really like Mr. Gibson. I just think he's doing interesting things now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see when and where the wife part will come into this book. So I'll update you on my book stuff later, but now let me show you my living room and kitchen. Actually, let me just start from the kitchen. This is an open kitchen. It's pretty standard, and we have some leftover bar stool from our older apartment. It's actually a bit lower than the comfortable level of this bar table, but yeah, we're just like using it. We don't really mind. And go here. Oh, this is the entryway. I ordered a piece of furniture to replace this rack, but it didn't come yet, and the elevator is broken in our building. I hope when the I hope when the furniture came, the elevator will be fixed already. And here is the kitchen. Because we have less storage space, so we made a lot of adjustment just according to this kitchen. For example, that rack, and we also installed the spice jar. It's supposed to go into the bathroom when I saw this rack, but yeah, it just like goes here perfectly. And we have the magnets, and the awkward thing about the kitchen is this corner. The first time when I saw this corner, I don't know what to put on it, but it's perfect to store the cutting board because we couldn't find a place for cutting board in the cabinet anyway. And it's the first time we got a gas stove, so we're pretty happy about it because both my partner and me love to cook, so gas stove is like the thing. Looking from the kitchen, you can see the living room. We don't really have a coffee table yet. Actually, we don't plan to get a coffee table because I like how big and open the space feels like, and also the cats can play. And the curtain, if you're renting, just go install a curtain on top of the blinds. It will make your room feel so cozy and so like feels like home, not like renting an apartment. And also there's a weird thing about this apartment is because there's a space over there called a den. Let me actually bring you closer. So across the living room and of course my partner's workstation, we have the den part. In the floor plan, they actually drew a little desk here, so it's supposed to be an office space, but to us it makes way more sense if we store our bed here, just like sleep here. And yeah, it's a very simple space with like a openness connection to the living room. We really like it. I do plan to get some plants maybe hanging from the bin area. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, so far that is our apartment. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this little apartment tour. It's actually the first time I do apartment tour like this. I just feel like it's nice if I can document my life. But now it's time for me to make lunch. So I just want to show you this lunch I've been having every day. I'm like obsessed with it, and the main reason is the steamed tofu. Tofu is actually all cooked already when you bought it from the store, but I just want to steam it to get the flavors out and also to get it warm. And I have some kale and celery. They're also boiled. I have this Chinese dish type of theory in mind when I created this dish, but it looks like a salad to me now. And I have some corn, some onion, some green onion, and some chopped up cooked shrimp. You can see how much I love green onion. Have you ever been to a ramen place? I always order extra green onion. And this is the sauce. It actually goes with everything and with every veggie you have. I just happen to have these. And the sauce here today is sesame paste or tahini with water and some garlic, soy sauce, chili oil, and that's it, I think. Oh, some water. I think I said that already. But yeah, but sometimes I want to keep things simple or like light. I just like top it with some soy sauce and that's it. So I'm gonna mix it together and show you. Okay guys, this is the final product. I had to transfer everything to this gigantic ball because like I feel like the kale leaves I chose today is a little bit larger, so I couldn't fit them in the small ball I had over there. And apparently we don't have a dining table, so we just like eat everything on the bar with the like slightly shorter stew, but we're okay. Hi friends, it's the morning of Thursday and it is probably the busiest day I had this week. So before I start my day, I just want to quickly check in for the book. I did a chunk of reading last night and I made a decent progress. I'm at about page 200 already in this book, so a fourth of the book, and I'm really liking it. I just feel like the writing style of this book is so gentle, it's like so tender compared to, for example, Vanity Fair that I read for the Penguin Classic project. Vanity Fair is more like a waterfall, like you have some little, some sections where like little thing happens and then dramatic up and downs, and this one is more like a creek. Things happen constantly, but then they're just like so tender. So I just feel like it's very interesting when I think about the writing styles of the two different books. I don't know, this is my first Elizabeth Gaskell, so a lot of people love her, so maybe this is one of the reasons. I just feel like it really draws you into the story and the characters. Speaking of the characters, I care about Molly Gibson so much, and she is currently, she's like such a nice, considerable person. I think I said that yesterday, and now she's like going through some things that is almost too much to her because she grew up in this environment where like only with her father, who is a kind of very humble and very shy person. He's not very good at teaching Molly about social norms, so he protected Molly in his way, but in this way he also prevented Molly of being in contact with people like around her age or like a lot of other people in the society. So now she's like going through some things that makes me want to really, you know, go hug her. And I also like how honest she is, like to her own feelings, to the people around her. I just feel like overall she's such an amazing person. And yeah, and of course by this point the wise part comes into play, and I feel like it's something that I should probably foresee, but I didn't really think about that much when I read like beforehand. Anyhow, and one other thing I like about this book is the culture aspect, like really make you see the society. Two things I find very interesting on this point. The first one is how the families, especially the noble families, they pay a lot of attention to the elderly son, like the eldest, because they are the heir of their family, and they don't really care about like other sons, like smaller ones. I find that very interesting because in our society currently, in a lot of countries, people value sons more than daughters. I think it's very funny to think about back in the days, people only care about the oldest son. Yeah, and speaking of daughters, that my second point is in this book I noticed that a lot of the rich person or the rich family, they will have governess to their daughters to teach them things, but they don't really want their daughters to learn a lot. In comparison, the governess or like the girls in a not so well-done family, I would say, they tend to learn a lot and go to schools and learn a lot of abilities just to become a governess or a teacher in their future, because they don't have a family establishment to let them to have a wealthy life in the future, so they have to fight for themselves. So on the contrary of a lot of our modern opinions, I find it very interesting that people in the rich, like wealthy families, they don't really learn that much. So yeah, that's my quick check-in of the day. I don't think I have any time to read today, probably not until like 9:30 at night. However, I do want to actually try to finish this book this weekend, so we'll see what happened. But now I'm gonna get my second coffee. I've like run through my first coffee already, and also feed my cat and start my day. Feeding the cat. One of them cannot eat very fast, which is her. So I have to feed her like this every time, or use that one for dry food. It is 2 o'clock. I didn't have time to read, didn't have time to eat breakfast, and now making a quick ramen for lunch. Didn't even have time for my favorite tofu dish. But while the timer is going on, I want to show you something that I did yesterday. So I just want to quickly show the 2 hats that are hanging on the wall, because this wall is very blank entirety, and I'm like so struggling to think about anything that I can decorate the wall, because the TV is not in the center of the wall. If I had like anything on top of the TV, that would be too crowded. On the left, it would be so weird. So I was traveled so much until I saw a hat designer's home online, and I was like, oh, I can just hang up my hats. And also I installed this invisible shelf for my TBRs, like current monthly TBRs. I have already showed it up on Instagram. So I have my TBRs on the entryway of my office, and I have my reading big cushion bin bag, and also my bookshelves is a complete setup. Ramen is consumed. It is very weird that I make you look at an empty ramen bowl, but I just discovered if you turn on the light, one of them shine on one of the hats. That's so nice. Hi guys, checking in from Friday morning. I have to say that I'm so proud of myself yesterday. I'm running behind a lot of things, and I'm like being so efficient and so busy. And in the evening, I have a Japanese class. I've been like taking a Japanese class online for a while now, and I was so tempted to skip the class just to catch up on things, but then I decided to not to, and it turned out to be a very rewarding class. Well, every class is rewarding, but like yesterday I just specifically felt it because I had this urge to quit the class, to skip the class yesterday, and I actually managed to finish everything and went to bed 11:30. That might be a decent sleeping bedtime for me, maybe like 2 years ago. These days I go to bed at 9:30, so it was actually quite late, but I managed to get up very early this morning and get another 100-page down to Wives and Daughters. So I am now about 300, actually more than 300 pages. Yeah, 301 pages into this book. And I have to say, my heart goes to Molly Gibson so much. Like, I can feel her. I haven't been able to feel a character in a book so strongly for, I don't know, I don't think I've ever had this feeling. And of course, the Wives and Daughters all came to play, and there are some great character portraying in this book. And I like the bonding of the characters, and sometimes they have a little conflict, and I just feel like the writing of them, all the scenes are amazing. The environment description writing is so vivid. I can feel and I can imagine the picture in front of my eyes. It's like I'm not reading a book but watching a movie. It's that good. I can tell why people love this book so much. And also I like to read about the little psychological activities each character has. Like not only Molly Gibson, but every one of them is amazing. Like their little gestures, sometimes their face impression, like those are incredible. This is such a brilliant book, and I'm already 300 pages in, so if I were reading a contemporary book, this is about to end, but I'm not even halfway. But I'm like, I I love this book. Yeah. I'm gonna stop here and try to start my day and not thinking about this book all day. And also in the evening, I'll be having a gaming night with my friend. Before I go, I want to do a quick OOTD because I'm dressed up today and I just want to show off these sleepers. These are from a video game I played and I just love them so much, never wear them actually. But I figured they are taking space in the closet, so I'd better just like wear them and show them off. Having some snacks and sparkling water, play some video games with my friends. Hi guys, coming at you at Saturday morning. I have reflection on my glasses, much better. And I just want to quickly check in because I didn't get to any reading last night because I was playing with my friend and I passed out at about 10:30. I was so sleepy. It's like, guys, I can't do this anymore. But now it's not even 7 o'clock. We're heading out to hiking. We're going to Mirrors. It's like 1 hour ahead of, not ahead, on the north of us, but it's a little bit drive, but I really like it. And on the way, I'm gonna grab my favorite bagel, and on the way back I'm going to try my favorite place in the San Francisco city. We're finally home and it's already a little bit over 4 o'clock, and as you can probably tell from the last clip, we didn't go to Mirrors for hiking because guess who forgot to do the reservation? Yeah, I guess we'll try next weekend, but on the way to Mirrors we saw it's a great weather to go to see Golden Gate Bridge from the top. We've been living here in the Bay Area for over 5 years, but I've never been there, so it's the first time and I loved it. And after it, we ran some errands and we're so tired and we're happy to be home now. My partner is gonna still working on something. He wants to recreate a grilled fish taco that we had in Mexico City, so good luck to him. In the meantime, I will be reading. I got my water, coffee, and snacks there, and I'm finally going to start reading Wives and Daughters this weekend. I'm still hoping to read 200 pages today, so we'll see. I'll check in later. Hi guys, so the moment you're waiting for, well, the moment I'm waiting for, the grilled fish is here. This is a recreation of one of the grilled fish taco we had in Mexico City, so my partner even prepared tortilla and salsa, and I'm really looking forward to this. But on top of that, I did read 90 pages more, and I have a lot of that, but I cannot wait on the grilled fish, so I'm gonna have it first. Hi guys, I'm back at my usual reading spot. Those fish tacos are amazing and I'm really happy for my partner's first try. They're not quite the same taste with the restaurant, but they're good enough. And I was going to continue reading and I plan to read as much as possible. Turn out the much is only like 20 pages. So I'm so tired now. It's like 10:20, but I'm ready to go to bed, and I'm currently at 412 of the book, and I'm still really liking it. I'm enjoying it, especially I like to read about the relationship between the female characters. I just feel like it's so, the description, not like the writing is so tender, and all the subtle feelings between characters are so amazing and so accurate. It's very easy to put myself into that situation, and I loved it for that. And I especially like the portraying of the friendship. However, there are one or two very annoying characters. They're not like bad character, they're just like very annoying, and every time they showed up in the book I was like, oh gosh, them again. So yeah, but I don't know if I can finish this book tomorrow because I still have like almost 400 pages, and with my reading speed I don't see that happen, but I will try my best. But now I'm gonna go to bed because I already don't know how to talk. So see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, happy Sunday. It is about 9 o'clock now. I woke up at 7 after a very good sleep, so I'm really happy about that. I was just so tired. I read a couple pages more this morning, but I also edited this vlog, and this vlog is like super long now. I want to trim it to a reasonable size when I finished it, but today I don't think I have a lot of plans. I just want to read and relaxing and have my coffee. Maybe I want to make a breakfast granola because that's like the only stable thing I eat in the morning, and I've been out of it for like 2 weeks, so I've been skipping breakfast, which I don't like. But we'll see. I don't know if I have time though. But now I'm gonna have my coffee and get back to reading. Hey guys, I just want to quickly check in because I was reading at about page 470-ish, and there was this moment between Molly and her father, Mr. Gibson, that brought me nearly into tears. I love this paragraph like so much, like this scene about their conversation. I just love how they were able to communicate so considerably, so loving, and also so honest and open and trust each other. The bonding of them is amazing. I don't know, there a lot of characters and the plot and the dramas came into play at the stage of this book, but I'm just like still moved and touched by the initial relationship that was presented to us, which is between Molly and her father. I can't. So nice. I love this so much. Hey guys, I just want to quickly check in. It's 5 o'clock and I didn't realize that I'm already at page 650. So I have about 150 pages to go and I still have a lot of time today. So maybe I can finish it today. I'm like having my hope high again, and the book is just so well done, and I just couldn't stop reading it. I even skipped lunch. It's just like that good. And I also want to say the more I read, the more I'm falling in love with Molly Gibson. Like I already love her, but now like I love her even more because she's just a great character. She's still warm, kind, nice, like everything I said before, but she's also smart, loyal, and so brave. And also she's willing to bear some burden to protect others, and she's just so trustworthy. She's just like such a fantastic, lovable character, and the understanding between her father and her, like it's like another level. Like they can communicate in a very complicated situation with only eye contact, which is, I feel like, I don't know, it sounds like a cliche, but it's just like they are there and you can understand them, you can understand each of them, and also the relationship between them. And some of other characters, for example, the wife, like Mrs. Gibson, she's so hilarious. Like she tries very hard to make her sound very smart, but everybody can see through her. I just find the writing of her is just like so hilarious and so funny. Yeah, so far the book is so amazing. I love it and I'm gonna continue reading it, but I just want to share with you that I might finish this book today. We'll see. Taking a break from reading and having some cold noodles, and I made too much as usual. Hi guys, it's 10:30 at night and I have just finished this book and I want to wrap up this vlog also. I cannot believe that I read more than 400 pages. It's just like so smoothly written and I just cannot put it down. Things happened constantly, and as Pascal said, this is an everyday story, and it is like nothing too overwhelmingly dramatic, but they do have their ups and downs, and I'm just like so grateful that this book exists. I know like the last 3 chapters, Elizabeth Gaskell didn't manage to finish before she unfortunately died, but I can see where the story is going and I'm really appreciating that. And yeah, and also I'm glad that my thought and feelings to Molly Gibson stands to the end because I just still love her so much. She's probably one of my favorite female characters now. I know I said that to Rebecca when I was reading Vanity Fair, but they are both amazing and brilliant characters in different ways, and I just love her. And also I think the characters are all so well-rounded. It's just like they have their flaws and they have their advantages, they have their spotlights, they're just so good, and I love the writing of this book. This book was written so nice, so smoothly. I read it with no trouble. It doesn't really strike me that this book was written so long ago. And yeah, I think that's my initial thought and reaction to Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. I feel very happy that I have read this book now, and I can see why everybody loves it. And yeah, I think I'll have more time to sunk my thoughts and also give you guys a more well-rounded and more structured review in another video. But now I'm gonna stop this vlog. It's been really a great pleasure to record my reaction and also my apartment tour and also my excitement for the new apartment in this vlog. I'm really enjoying the process, so I hope you also find this vlog interesting. And also please let me know any of your thoughts about Wives and Daughter. Have you read it? If you haven't, are you interested in reading it? Or if you have, what do you think of like the book and also the plot and the characters? I just want to talk about it more. And it is really a book that is, you don't feel long even though it's like 800 pages. So yeah, that's enough of it, and do say hi in the comment section down below. Thumbs up to this video if you liked it. I wish you happy reading, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in my next bookish video. Bye!